Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Lighthouse Killer again, bringing you another Projectionist video. And today's video is going to be about cleaning the projector unit itself. And this here is actually the projector, this entire unit. And then cleaning the projector also actually entitles cleaning the sound head, which is right down here below. This is where the sound actually physically runs through. And generally, when you'd say you're cleaning the projector, you wouldn't even stop here. You'd clean off the lamp house and you'd clean off the plotter units back there, and you'd make sure that everything's all kosher and clean. The film can get scratched easily via dust, and bulb life on your lamps will die sooner if dust gets on there or any sort of a contaminant, and you'll just get much better quality film and film, production when you clean your projectors. All that being said, I have had to wait a while to do this video. I needed to wait until we accumulated enough dirt and grime in these projectors so that I could show you how to clean a projector and what it looks like when it's dirty opposed to what it looks like when it's clean. I'll zoom in here and you'll see what I mean, that this one's I've waited till this one's quite filthy. Let's actually walk up here so you can see it. You can see all this dust and dirt all over the place. I mean, even just a swipe of my finger cleans that up. I mean, look at that. It's pretty gnarly. I mean, we got some dust and dirt, and none of that should be there at all. That can gum up your machine. It won't work quite properly. All of that. And so I'll be showing you guys how to take apart and put back together, clean everything properly so that it all can look good. I'll be showing you guys everything and be taking out some stuff so that you guys can get a thorough look at what we actually deal with here as far as the projectors go and the sound heads and whatnot. We'll be taking a look at the lamp house, and like I said, that this whole unit right here is the lamp house, so we will be taking a look at that as well. So I'm going to get going on taking this stuff apart, and you guys will just be along for the ride, and hopefully I'll be able to take this stuff apart so you guys can see. We're going to start by taking apart right here. Right here where this is actually the intermittent roller, right down here, and all of this, the light shines through literally with where my finger goes all the way through, and this area right here is housing the lens where then it gets projected onto the screen. So we got to pull all that apart and get all that dirt out of there, because inside of here there's a giant fan that helps. What it does is actually it stops the film on each particular frame so that you can see it. That's what the intermittent does. And I'll go into further detail on that later. That's too complex for just explaining on a cleaning video. But right now we've got to have all of our cleaning supplies here. Just be going through it. We use here, does not have to be used at every theater, but we use it here. We use a 409. It cuts some grease. I won't be using that actually here in the physical projector, because in the projector itself we use our friendly neighborhood rubbing alcohol. That cleans everything in here the best. The 409 I'll be using on the lamp house and whatnot. There are these specialty wipes that we get for cleaning the lens and the glassware in there, because that you do not want to scratch any of that. You can really screw up your equipment if you start scratching your lenses. It's a very expensive mistake. Also, we have our oil can, because you have to oil. There are 3 different locations that you got to oil in here so that we can have a smoothly running machine. Obviously, I've got a handheld vacuum to clean up some of the dust that's fallen. You need a screwdriver, flathead, to take everything apart. So I'm just going to go ahead and I think I'm going to have to reposition this camera a little bit so that I can get you in there. Okay, now that I've got you all repositioned, I'll be showing you how to take this apart. Usually I don't wear gloves when I'm cleaning, but I got a nasty cut on my hand, and getting some rubbing alcohol in that would just dang near kill me. So I'm going to wear gloves during this one, but I normally don't. I normally don't have the need for it. Chemicals don't really bother my hands. But what we'll do, first of all, we have to open up this film gate, which I'll be showing you how that all works during a threading video. But for right now, we'll open it. We got to pull out. We got to pull out where the aperture plate goes, and the aperture plate changes per film. It's this actually little plate in here. So yeah, a little plate here, and this is just the housing for it. It's got these tension lines for the film so that everything runs properly. But we'll just put that off to the side. I don't know if you can see it well. There's dust everywhere, all over this thing, even on the back. I mean, look at this. There's a little dust bunny right there. He's hopping away. Put that up to the side, and we'll start taking out. This entire housing here is going to be taken out as well. It's only held in by 2 screws, and it is not really as daunting as what it looks like on the screen. I mean, it's just 2 simple screws, and it just comes right out of there. You don't even need to worry about it. You can't do it wrong. Uh-oh. Okay. So that pulls out, and just like I said, and this is also, wow, this is definitely also filthy. I think I should have done this video maybe a week ago, or, you know what, maybe 2 weeks ago. But I'm doing it now, and that's the point. Let's see, we'll put that off to the side. And there is another little piece that presses the film up against the tension. It presses the film up here. It's these 2 little skis that presses the film up against here that controls the shakiness of the film. If it's too shaky, I can actually adjust these tensions, or if it's too stiff or whatnot, you can really ease it up. There's a lot of adjustments that you can make on these older projectors to enhance the film experience. So just actually unscrew this guy, and we unscrewed enough here. It should just pop right out. Must not be right. Oh, and it shut on me. So that just pops right out. I mean, it really is just held in by this is a tension screw. When it'll sit in a little pocket here and whatnot. But like I said, this is I probably should have cleaned this a week ago. So it's normal. They're never this dirty. I just wanted to give you guys the heads up on what it looks like when it's dirty compared to what it looks like when it's clean, and how clean the projectors are when we actually do run them. Let me pull you up here, and we will show you some of this. I mean, we got all this dirt in here now, all this dust bunnies back here. We've taken all this out. Now this is the changeover. This is one opens up manually. If you saw back, so you're back here, there's the hole into where the bulb goes. This one is controlled by an automatic timer, and then this one, as soon as the motor goes, this automatically picks up. It's almost a fail-safe shutter for when the motor stops unexpectedly. That'll drop and stop the light from going through. Because even though it is just light, it is so hot that it will melt the film in not even a second would it start melting the film if the film were to stop in one place and the bulb were still to be on. So that's what this one is. It's a fail-safe shutter. But this one's the changeover, and then this right over here is a main dowser. And when I open up this unit right here, you'll see that it's a giant piece of metal that swings over and shuts down when I press that down. As you could hear it engage and disengage. So let's continue on with the film here. And actually, in just a second, I didn't bring the toothbrush, the mystical toothbrush. 1 second. Well, now that I actually went and got our toothbrush, this is the toothbrush right here. It is not one that you'd want to use on your teeth, however. It is one that we use on the teeth. If you can see all the teeth here, we'll actually use this and we'll spray it down and we'll scrub all that up. To get all the dirt and filth out of here, because these teeth go into the sprocket holes of the film, which I showed you during our building video. I believe it was part 2 that I showed that on. And I'll actually be showing you again when we start threading the projector. But right now all you got to know is that the teeth, although we do use it for general cleaning of the entire unit, we use it primarily to clean out all the teeth in there so that all the dirt and filth get out of there. So everything is taken apart as far as we're going to go with it. All I'm going to do is just open the remainder of the gates, And I'll actually pull out the lens as well so I don't scrub up against it with the toothbrush accidentally. So I'll just unscrew this knob, and the lens slides right out the front. See here if I can get it all on video. It is one huge stinking lens. It is a bigger lens than you would get on your cameras at home. And you can actually, oh, I can see. You'd never be able to see it on film. The lens is also a little dirty, so that'll all get cleaned up. Everything's going to be running ship shape. It's actually quite wonderful that you guys are here to join me on this journey for it. So the only way to get started is to dive right on into it. So we'll get this, gotta get the rubbing alcohol pumping in here. Here we are. And just start, hose down everything. You're going to want to, rubbing alcohol everywhere. That's a good thing, okay? Then we'll wipe it all off with paper towels. We'll scrub everything down with the teeth. Scrub all the teeth down with the toothbrush. And it'll all work out just fine and dandy. I got a cart next to me when I clean all this up, so you're right next to me right now, so it's a little bit difficult for me to get perfect angles, but you know what? It's a worthy risk. See, look at that, just one wipe. This filth takes a long time to acquire on here. This was definitely not an overnight job. So don't think that projectors are filthy, because they're really not. It's just over time, prolonged use, however many shows a day that we have, which on weekends we have 4 shows a day. It's all pumping dirt everywhere. So we'll clean all this up. Well, that's going to wrap it up, folks. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 2, where we will be oiling the projector and cleaning up all the finer parts of it and putting it all back together.